Today's video is the final video of my 2025 eyeshadow palette declutter series. If you have not seen part 1 and part 2, I will have those linked up in the cards. As I said in part 1 and part 2, I'm very surprised at how, as I mature, my taste change. So a lot of the palettes that I had no longer appeal to me. Am I depotting? Decluttering? What am I doing? Stick around and find out. I am decluttering my palettes alphabetically by brand, and in this video I am featuring Nomad through Viseart or Urban Decay. Wicket Widow. Wicket Widow, I think, is the last brand. Hey howdy, hey y'all, Leanna here. Get a snack, get a drink, and stick around to the end because I will be telling you exactly how many I decluttered, how many I depotted, and the total percentage of my collection that is gone. Enjoy. I have 7 Nomad palettes, and I have decluttered quite a few of my Nomad palettes because I was just buying Nomad palettes just to buy them, and the color stories just were not working for me, so I decluttered them. I have sold quite a few, but I have quite a few still in my Macari store. This is the Okalongo Safari, is that right? Beautiful color story on this. I believe Andy and I did a collab video on this palette. It's a really nice palette. I'm keeping that. This is Whistler's Lodge, and I have not used this palette, and I don't know if I'm going to. It's a beautiful color story, but I mean, realistically, am I going to use that? Am I? I mean, like, I'm not going to use that gold. I just had a sneezing fit, y'all. I have to excuse my sniffles. I think I'm going to declutter this one. I wasn't expecting to declutter any of these palettes. This is Berlin Underground, and I know for certain that I'm keeping this. I love this palette. It is an amazing formula, and I just love it. Keeping that. I am 99% positive that I'm keeping the Haunted Europe. Am I? Am I, though? I mean, look at the golds and the greens and that. I mean, I love some of these. I did attempt to depot some of my Nomad palettes. Oh, there's a little spider in there. You're in the right palette, little guy. What kind of little spider are you? Are you a dangerous little spider? I don't like little spiders. Let's get you off of my palette. Run and be free somewhere else. I think I'm gonna declutter this one too. Huh? Who knew? Ghost Town, USA. I do like the color story in this one. I'm keeping that. This is Lago di Como. And again, I was buying palettes just to buy palettes. This is not a color story either that I would use. I'm going to declutter that. Huh. And this one's pretty though. Am I keeping this one? Which one is this? Toscana. I do like the color story of this one. I'm keeping that one. Huh, I decluttered 3 of those. How about that? Who knew? Who knew? I have one NYX palette, and I believe I got this free with a purchase, and I have used this a couple of times and really did like it. It was a nice palette, so I think I am going to keep that. I have 3 Oden's Eye palettes. This is Norns, and I don't think I've used this one yet. No, I haven't. These are new to me. Look at how beautiful that is. Talk about being uncomfortable with the color story, and then look at the color story that I purchased. Come on, camera. Hello. Hello. Thank you. Gosh, that's gorgeous though. I'm excited to use this one. All of them. I've used one and I really did like the formula. I have not used Snow Dream. That one's gorgeous as well. I don't know about that red, but you know, I'm gonna try it. So pretty. And I did use the Little Ghost palette, which was the collab that they did with Angelica Nyqvist. And that's out of my comfort zone as well, but I loved the look that I created. I love those purples. I even really love that yellow, which is odd, but yeah. Again, the tone of those shades is just a little bit different than some of the others that I have seen, and I really do like them. So I'm keeping all of those. This is OPV Beauty Spotlight Palette, and I've had this eyeshadow palette a couple of times. I've given it away, and it keeps coming back. I've had it gifted to me several times, and I know that there are a lot of people that love this palette. I'm not crazy about the color story, so once again, I am going to declutter this one. I have two Persona palettes, the Identity and Identity 2, and they are beautiful color stories. I need to show them some love. I have not loved on them. The Identity palette I don't believe I've ever used. I believe I have used the Identity 2, but I do want to keep them. I know that Persona has a good formula. I want to keep them and give them some love, and then I will decide whether I'm keeping them permanently or letting them go. And now for my Pat McGrath palettes. I don't imagine that I'm going to declutter any of these, but I have decluttered Pat McGrath palettes. I even have bought them and sent them back to Sephora because I was not impressed. I've decluttered highlighters, blushes from Pat McGrath, and I have Pat McGrath palettes on my wish list. So I have this whole thing happening with Miss Pat. So let's see how many of these I'm going to keep. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Pat McGrath palettes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My spreadsheet says 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How am I missing a whole Pat McGrath palette? Is that possible? Found it. Okay. This is the Mothership. Is this Rose Decadence? Yes, Rose Decadence. I don't like how they put the names actually on the palettes. This is a pretty palette, and I have used this palette, and I am going to keep that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep these two little palettes. This is Nirvana, Celestial Nirvana. This is the Nude Allure. And it is a nice palette. I have used it. Keeping that. This one is Bronze Bliss, and I know that I'm keeping this one too because look at it. Oh my goodness. I have considered depotting these though and putting them in my singles. I don't know if I'll do that. This is not a standalone palette for me, but it is very, very nice. And I did like the look that I created with it. This is the Jeweled Temptation. It's a blush and eyeshadow palette, and this was gifted to me by Andy from Andy Does Stuff. This is new in my collection, and I have not used it yet, but it's very pretty, and I am excited to use it. And we'll get into my Mothership palettes. Let's go to this one, which is the Celestial Odyssey. And I bought another palette that was similar to this one that she put out because these are a little bit cheaper than her Mothership palettes. But I didn't like that one, and I sent it right on back to Sephora. But I do like the color story in this one. So I am going to keep this, but this might be on my list to depot. Actually, call me crazy, but I almost would love to depot all of her palettes, these Mothership palettes. I hate keeping these. Well, I don't hate it, but I mean, they're so pretty, but they're a pain in the ass to get in and out of. What palette is this one? This is Mothership 10 Moonlit Seduction, and it is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Those special shades. This palette, I love the packaging of these. This palette is something. This is Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction. Do I have these in the wrong carton? I suppose it's possible because that does not say on the carton what palette should be in it. Anyway, this is Moonlit Seduction, and you can see that I have loved up on this one. Such a pretty palette. Camera. It is pretty when you pick it up. Gorgeous. Some of these palettes I purchased, and some of them were gifted to me. My daughter gave me my first Pat McGrath palette for Mother's Day. This is Mothership 2 Sublime, and I don't believe that I have ever used this one. Love the packaging on that too. I don't think I have because I haven't even pulled the plastic off the palette. Oh no, I have used it. I even put the sticky stuff on it so that the mirror wouldn't blind everybody. So pretty. I love that green specialty shade right there. This is Mothership 1 Subliminal. I know that there's one or two that I have not used. Maybe it's this one. Although it's got fingerprints all over it, but oh yeah, this one. This one I have not used. Look at how beautiful that is. Why have I not used this? That is cool tone, smoky Leanna right there in a palette. Even that blue, I love that blue. I need to use this palette. ASAP. Why are they so hard to put back together? I'm gonna put this one over here so I will use it. And this one is, I don't know why they don't have it on the box. That's to go on the mirror so that it doesn't blind people. What palette is this? This is Mothership 4 Midnight Sun. Is that 4 or 6? Numeral numbers, y'all. I've used this quite a bit as well. It's a beautiful palette. Gorgeous. So yes, I am keeping all of those and fighting with the boxes. And I have some one-offs like this r.e.m. Beauty, which is a pretty little palette. I don't know if I've used it or if I've swatched it. I'm going to keep it and use it and then determine whether or not I'm going to keep it. It's Smitten Kitten. I have these two Rasha B palettes that came in subscription boxes. Beautiful and Beautiful 2. This is a multi-chrome and this is a duochrome. And they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But I think I'm going to declutter them. It looks like I may have swatched that. I don't know, but I don't want to put my fingers in it any more than I have because I'm going to declutter these and put them in my Mercari store. My experience with these Rasha B formulas is not very impressive, so I'm going to declutter both of these. Saints, Angels, and Sinners Yummy palette. I got this in a ice cream beauty box. I know that I'm not keeping it for lots of reasons. I loved this palette when I used it. The formula was great. I don't believe that this brand is in business anymore, and there's lots of reasons why I'm not going to keep it, but I am definitely decluttering. This is Saucebox Cosmetics, and this is the Moon palette. And I was excited about this, but they just not a whole lot of color payoff. So I am going to declutter this because I have other palettes that have a much better formula. We're getting down to it now, y'all. What's next? I have Shine by SD Cosmetics Mean Greens Pop-Up Palette, which I don't know if that should be in palette or if I should put this in my singles because they're single shadow, and this is not a standalone palette. I'm probably going to move this to singles, but they are stunning. I believe I have 11 Sigma palettes, and I know that I'm not getting rid of any of my Sigma palettes. They're phenomenal. These little 9-pan palettes, I love them so much that I hunted them all down and bought them in several different places to get a good sale on them. I did not pay full price for these. So this is the Hazy palette, which I have not used yet, but I will. Electric Pink, look how pretty that is. Earthy, which I have used. Spicy, and I have used that one as well. This is Ritzy. I have not used that one yet. This is Jewels, and I have used this one. It's so pretty. And Ivy. I've used this one as well. Very pretty. I love these. Hello? Hello? Why? Stop. Just stop. Thanks. I love these little 9-pan palettes. They are phenomenal. Then I have the Cor de Rosa, which I just recently used, and I do love this palette. I like the Shade Saver. I almost said Screensaver. This is the reason why I did not buy the Natasha Denona Bloom palette, even though apparently I'm collecting Natasha Denona, but there was no need for me to get that when this palette is pretty much the same as that. And I love all the Sigma palettes, so I'm keeping that. I was gifted this Ambiance palette by Tina from Tina H Beautiful Journey. She received this in a giveaway that she won, and she couldn't use it because she has an allergy to carmine, so she gifted it to me, and it's beautiful and I love it. The Untamed palette is a beautiful color story. Look at that green. You can see I have been in that green. I love it, and they have the prettiest shade saver, so I keep those. Keeping that. And then I bought the Ann Nook, which I have not used, but it's so pretty. Or have I used it? No, I have not. Look at how pretty that is. She does amazing eye looks, and this is a beautiful palette. So I'm keeping all of my Sigma. This is the Simply Posh Cosmetics Cozy Cabin palette, and I was really excited to get this. I have not used it, and I don't know why I had to have this palette, but I mean, I'm going to keep it and try it, but some of the shades in here are not Leanna friendly, but Leanna needs to learn how to use them, so I'm going to keep it. Spellbound Beauty is an indie brand, and I bought these palettes from their Etsy shop. That's such a pretty color story, and the color payoff is good. I think I've used this palette once, I believe, and I need to use it some more. I know that I'm going to keep both of these and test them out. That is the Cult palette, and then this is Coven, which of course, you know, that spoke to my witchy heart. Look at how pretty the color story is on this one. And that background is very reflective. It's so pretty. So yes, I'm going to keep both of these and get some use out of them, and then I will decide if I'm going to keep them or let them go. Sugar Drizzle. This is the Plumera Dragon. This was in an Ice Cream Beauty, I believe. And I mean, it's gorgeous. But am I going to wear that? Did I? I believe I may have done a look with this palette. I need to keep it. I need to keep it and play around with it. It's the only Sugar Drizzle palette I'm keeping. Oh no, that is not true. I have another Sugar Drizzle palette. I have the Warrior, the Dragonfly Warrior palette. What if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly? And the color story in this is so not me. So not me. But some of those shades are just to die for. I know that I'm going to keep it. I know I'm keeping it. It has survived every declutter. And I don't know, because I love the packaging with the Dragonfly. I don't know if I'll leave it or if I will possibly depot it. But for now, I'm going to leave it. And then I have the Suva. These are toppers. And they're very pretty. That's Mojito. They're gorgeous. If you put them over a darker shade, they're gorgeous. And Suva is not in business anymore. I don't know if I will leave these in the palette or if I will depot them. The ring around the shade shows you what shade, what the undertone or the shift of that is. So for now, I'm going to leave it as a palette. And now it's time for Sydney Grace. My spreadsheet says I have 15, I believe. I actually have 14. And then I have 2 bundles, but I have one of the bundles in here as a palette because I think I'm going to leave it as a palette because I don't want to separate it because it has very special meaning. I'm 99.9999% positive that I'm keeping all of my Sydney Grace, but let's see what happens. I know I'm keeping the Tiny Marvels. I will never, ever, ever depot this palette because it's Mel Thompson's palette, and I loved Mel Thompson. I loved her, and I miss her. I miss watching her videos. She was an amazing human being. She was an amazing makeup artist, and this is a beautiful palette. I won this palette from Crystal at Real Lady Electrician, and I'm so, so happy to have it, and it's not going anywhere. And the bundle that I'm keeping as a palette is in Mel's memory, or in Mel's honor, which is this bundle here, and it's gorgeous, and I love it. I love it so much. It is just beautiful. It's beautiful, and it's a beautiful tribute to Mel. It makes me teary, like I feel teary just looking at it, to know that Sydney Grace did that for Mel, and it's just absolutely amazing. Quickly, the other bundle, I don't have this bundle in here as a palette, but it is the Spring Unicorn bundle, and look at how beautiful that is. So pretty. I love Sydney Grace. Love, love, love Sydney Grace. Let me move these so that the camera understands the assignment. These are the 3 palettes that Sydney Grace did with Tim Talia, and the picture on here tells a story which she talked about, and then there's her dog. She lost this dog. She is Tim Talia is very, very big into dogs. If you go to her Instagram, it's dogs, dogs, dogs. So she talked about what all of this meant, but I'm definitely keeping all 3 of these. They are gorgeous. Look at how beautiful. The color story in these is just gorgeous. Beautiful. I'm keeping those. And then there are several little 9-pan palettes. This is Raspberry Kiss. I am definitely keeping that. Chase Your Dreams, which is so pretty. Keeping that. Where the Wild Things Grow, and I love the packaging too. Look at how pretty that is. This is Mountain Trail, and I love this one too. There have only been a few Sydney Grace palettes that I was not interested in. Most of them I'm interested in. This is Love's Journey. So pretty. Is this deep? Yes. This is Heaven on Earth. This is Light. I normally get the deep. The deep may not have been available in this one. Oh my God. Why am I not using these, y'all? Why? Why? This is Be Mine. I'm pretty sure that this is deep. Gosh, it's so pretty. Yep, this is deep. I love them so much. Just makes me happy even to look at them. This was the collab that they did with Glitzy Fritzy, Mary at Glitzy Fritzy, Bless. And this one is beautiful too. Is this deep? Yep, I normally get the deep. This was one of the first ones that I got, the Enduring Love. And you can see that I have loved on this palette. It's so beautiful. This is Unbreakable Bond. And this is a beautiful palette too. All of them are beautiful. And yes, I am keeping them all. These are my Tarte palettes, and when I first started and I got a couple of Tarte palettes, I really liked them, but then as I got more involved in eyeshadow palettes, I wasn't super impressed with the Tarte palettes. I just used this one recently, and I mean, I love the colors. The color story is beautiful, but gosh, they smell so good. But the payoff, I mean, you know, now that I have gotten into brands that have a little bit more pigment in them, Tarte doesn't have enough pigment for me. I know I'm going to declutter this one because the payoff was not good. Now, the quality of the shadows are very nice. There's nothing wrong with the quality. If you do not like high pigment shadows, then I think Tarte would be really good for you, especially if you're a beginner as well, because, you know, you're not going to get a huge color payoff and have, you know, that saturated color on your lid. That Little Juicy and this Little Toasted and the Little Bloom came in a set, and I can tell that this now, I'm not even interested in this because it looks way too warm for me, and I'm pretty sure that the payoff on that's probably like the other one, so I'm going to declutter that one. And I do like the color story of this one, but I have this in several palettes. Gosh, they smell so good. So I'm going to declutter all three of those. This palette came in a set, and I've already sold the other one. This one is Gilded. I don't remember what the other one was called, but I wasn't impressed with the color story of the other one, and I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one too, because I have not used it, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this in my Macari store. I'm going to put all of those in my Macari store. This is the Young, Wild, and Cruelty-Free palette. It's Unleashed is the name of it, and look at the 3D holographic or whatever it's called palette. And this has a really pretty color story in it as well, and it has a very nice shade saver, and it has that same amazing smell to it. But again, I've lost interest in Tarte for whatever reason. I have no interest now in trying this palette, so I'm going to declutter that one as well. And then I bought this thinking that I wanted it, and now I'm pretty sure that I do not. I have not used it. I'm pretty sure I haven't swatched it. I have done nothing with this, and I'm going to declutter this one as well. I'm decluttering all of my Tarte palettes, which is surprising, but I'm okay with that. This is my Titanium Fox's Poppy Quiet palette, and it is a beautiful color story. And I have used this palette, and it performed very well. I actually did a review and tutorial on this palette, but then when I went to edit it, I did not like the video, so I never posted it. By the way, any of these palettes that I'm keeping, if you want to see me create a look with them or do a tutorial or whatever, let me know down in the comments which ones you would like to see. I see this is a very flaky shade right here, and you can see where the paper, this is a paper palette, around that shade is picking up the oils from out of that, which will, you know, it'll pull all the oils out and make that a little dry. But, you know, that doesn't bother me because it's flaky. It's still very soft though, but it's very flaky. Gosh, y'all see that? Did you see it? Let me move this so that the camera will pick this up. Are y'all ready? Look at that. Oh my goodness. It does smooth out really well. Look. Oh, mama. It's so pretty. It is just so pretty. Wonderful formula. Needless to say, I'm keeping that. Moving on to Too Faced, I have 5. Why does it say I have 5? I see 4. The Natural Nudes, I love this palette. It's an amazing palette. Amazing. I love it so much. I have used it quite a bit. The looks that I created with this were phenomenal. I'm definitely keeping that. Happily in Love is what I'm missing, and I believe that I already... What did I do with that palette? I don't know. It's here somewhere. I'll have to find it. Cinnamon Swirl. Have I used this palette? It doesn't have the scent that it did at one time. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to keep this for now, but it may be in a future declutter. I'm going to use it and then see what happens. My daughter told me I had to have this Sweet Peach palette. This is one of her favorite palettes, and I don't know that I've even used it after I bought it. So I'm going to keep it. It smells like peaches. And use it, and that might end up in a future declutter. This is what? You're a Gem, and it's a cute little palette. I won this. That was in that massive giveaway that I won, and I decided that I wanted to try it, and it's nice. I think I may keep that for now. I have to find the Happily in Love. I'm not sure. Maybe it's still over there on the shelf. This is the Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Glowdient Makeup Palette, and it's pretty much just toppers. Well, actually, I think it's supposed to be a highlighter. It says a face palette, but I think I put it in with my eyeshadows to use as a topper because they make really pretty toppers. Like, if you do like a brown, if you put a brown on your eye, I did this. I may have done this in a video. I'll try to show you really quick what I did. Need one more finger. So if you put those all on your eye like that, and then just kind of get a beautiful gradient shade on your lid. It's just gorgeous over top of a nice brown. And so now that I've done that yet again on my hand, I'm going to keep it because it's pretty. I have one Ulta Beauty palette. This is Sunset Skies. And I have used this, and it's a nice formula. I'm just not sure that this is my color story, so I think I am going to declutter that. This is Undone Beauty. It's a curator eye palette, conditioning castor oil. It transformed from shadow to liquid liner, and I thought that was very interesting, but then I haven't used it. It's very pretty, but I don't know if I will actually use that. But you can put water on it, and it goes from a shadow to a liquid liner, which sounds kind of messy. And the other thing, I mean, the Glowdient is this way too, but there's nothing separating them. So they kind of mix, and yeah, I think I'll declutter that. I have 4 Unearthly Cosmetics palettes. Some of them say Alien Cosmetics on them because they rebranded from Alien to Unearthly. This was the first palette that I got from them, the Not Normal palette, and I love this palette. It is a weird color story, but I watched somebody review this palette. The way they used it and the look that they created just made sense, so I bought it. I love it. I'm definitely keeping that. This is the In the Dark palette. I don't remember whether I bought this. Yes, I did. I bought this. Love the color story. Look how pretty it is. And I love that these pans as well are magnetic. You can take them out. This is not a one. I mean, it could be, because you could use this shade here as a transition shade and just not put it on quite so heavy, because they are quite pigmented. I love their shadows. I know that I'm keeping all of these. This is the Dead of Night palette. My daughter gifted me this, I believe, for my birthday. It's gorgeous. Look at how pretty that is. It's funny, but that green, is that the same green? Looks like it, doesn't it? But this is still a beautiful color story. I love it, and I love it even more because it was gifted to me by my daughter. She knows that I like Unearthly. She likes them too. This is the Leather and Lace palette, and I love the color story in this one. Phenomenal. So I'm keeping all of those. I found the Aptly in Love palette. It was over there on the shelf. I just got this palette not too long ago. Very pretty. I'm definitely at this time going to keep that. Next up are my Urban Decay palettes. I have quite a few of these. I went through a phase with the Naked palettes. I'm fairly certain that I'm keeping all of these. Some of these I haven't even used yet. This is the Naked 3. I have used that. It's very pretty. I'm going to keep that. I know I'm keeping the Naked Reloaded. That's really pretty. I don't think I've even used that yet. I hunted and searched for that one. Naked Heat. Beautiful tones in that. Those berries. I haven't used that one either. I'm keeping that. The re-released original Urban Decay Naked palette, which is very nice. I did not get the original first release, so I bought this one. Keeping that. Urban Decay Cherry. I don't believe I've used this one either. Have I? I have not. But I will be keeping that one as well. Honey. This one might be too warm. No, actually, I don't think it is. I think I'm going to keep this one too. I actually like the little brushes that they put in these Urban Decay palettes. I don't believe I've used this Wild West palette either. Nope. I have all of these Urban Decay palettes and have never used them. I haven't even taken the brush out of the little plastic cover on that one. I'm keeping that. My last Urban Decay palette is this Prince palette. and I know that I'm keeping this. I don't know if I will ever use this or if I will just keep it. As a memento. It's a beautiful palette, but I love prints. And yeah, I don't know. I know I'm not getting rid of it. I just don't know that I will ever use it. I love it. Next up are Violet Voss. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 3. And then that is 4. So the I Love You Forever palette, which was very popular cult favorite. Everybody loved this palette. I'm going to keep that. The Violet Voss Cool Vibes. This is such a beautiful cool tone palette. I love it. I'm definitely keeping that. And then the Matte Vibe. That kind of reminds me of the new Danessa Myricks palette that I got. I love the names. Mall Rat Hairspray. I'm keeping that. And the Violet Voss Taupe Notch palette, which has cat hair all over it. And this is a beautiful palette too. I love this palette. I am definitely keeping that. We have Viseart. I have 3 Viseart palettes, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to keep all 3 of these. I love this Bridal Satin palette that I still have not used, but I know I don't want to get rid of it. Look at how pretty that is. Beautiful shades. And then the Indie, that one's really pretty too. Have not used this one. It still has the plastic cover on it. Keeping that. That was the, oh lordy loo. This one was the Violet, and this is the Minic, I can't say it. That, whatever that is. And this one as well is gorgeous, and it still has the cover on it. I'm not sure about the Viseart formula, but I am excited to try those so that I can see what the formula is like. So I'm keeping all of those. I have the Wayne Goss palette, which I decluttered this last time, and then thought, why am I decluttering that? Why are they so hard to open? This is very pretty. So I'm keeping it because I want to use it. Wet n Wild. I kept all of these last time. There's 4 of them. For sentimental reasons. Am I going to keep them for sentimental reasons again? I never used them. These were given to me by some friends of mine. They surprised me with a box for me to unbox when I first started my channel. This was content. It was so sweet of them to do that, and I have kept them all this time for that reason. I just can't bring myself to get rid of them. I'm going to keep them again. What else do I have? I have 2 Wicket Widow palettes. The Graveyard Smash, which I love. Love that. I did a beautiful look with that palette. I believe I got both of these in an Ice Cream Beauty box, and this is Lovesick. I don't think I have used this one. They do have a really nice formula. I'm going to keep both of these. And I believe that that's it. And so that means that my spreadsheet was correct at 307 palettes. So now, let me work on some numbers, and I'll come back and tell you how many palettes I was able to get rid of. This is the basket that holds my 3 to 8 pan palettes. It was overflowing when I started. I could not get any more in there. They were all stacked up. It was a hot mess. These are all of my 9 pan palettes. Again, this was a hot mess as well. it was full and I couldn't get anything else in it. And these are my 12 pan palettes, which as well was full and I couldn't get anything else in it. Just like with the other videos, I would love it if you would go down in the comments and let me know what surprised you, what did you disagree with, and if you saw any eyeshadow palettes that I'm keeping that you would like for me to feature in a future video. So now, let me give you the numbers. I started out with a total of 307 eyeshadow palettes. I decluttered 73 palettes. I am going to depot 15 palettes. That is a total of 88 palettes that I am removing from my collection, which is a total of 28%. So I did not reach my 50% goal, but at least I was a little over halfway there. I have 219 palettes left. I am extremely surprised at which palettes I decided to declutter. Are you surprised? Did I declutter some of your favorites? Let me know down in the comments. The last several declutters that I did not do as well as I did in this declutter. I hope you enjoyed this 3-part eyeshadow palette declutter series. If you did, I would love it if you would show that like button some love. If you have a little bit more time, I picked this video for you to watch next. I'll see you over there. Okay. Love you, bye.